Hi, buddies. Welcome to another episode of Half-Bot Logic. Tonight's episode is Neuroinclusion Training in 5 minutes. So, the socially accepted words keep changing on me, but I think right now I'm called high-functioning, late-diagnosed autistic. I mean, high-functioning, that's gotta be like gypsy, right? That's not here to stay, is it? That feels like a backhanded compliment, like when people say, "Oh, she's so smart." Who, me? Oh, golly, thank you so much. Or beauty is on the inside. No, it's not. Not when we're talking about physical beauty. Or, oh, it's the thought that counts. No, I'd rather get a gift I like, along with your kind thoughts. I have 169 IQ and RAADS-R 182, which is like off the charts autistic. They call me high masking because of my high IQ. I'm able to hide my autism, which is why it went undetected for so long. I spent nearly a decade at Google as a software engineer. Our founder was tracking his genetic code. They regularly measured us for our ergonomic chair. They log every button you click, and they can supposedly detect Parkinson's from your mouse click. But they didn't know I was autistic? Why? Because Uncle Google doesn't really want neuroinclusion. They want aesthetic diversity. They want the autistic label on the team slide, but they don't want the autistic logic in the meeting. So here is your training. It's free, it's fast, and if you fail, you'll know that you're the real bouncer not letting me in. You only have one mission today, and your mission is to make sure that you find an adult smarter than you and have them point out exactly where your logic is flawed. That's right. You just have to make sure that they point out something you did wrong today. That's all you have to do. And when they do, you're not allowed to police their tone. You're not allowed to call them blunt or not a team player. You're not allowed to discuss how their correction made you feel. You must treat their correction as a wonderful gift, thank them for the data and their time, update your OS, and move along. My work days are great as long as I'm a good soldier, but being a good soldier is often exhausting in corporate America because being a good soldier means having a high EQ. It means sugarcoating, soft padding, not only my physical mask, but the way I speak for the sake of neurotypicals' egos. And that fundamentally conflicts with the way my OS is built, which is primed for efficiency. So in my mind, being efficient is good. So in an effort to be efficient, I may cut out any niceties purely meant for social purposes. That means that a large bulk of my talking may be to point out bugs or errors. And in an effort to be efficient, my tone may very well be direct, like, "Hey, you were wrong here," instead of, "Are you sure we shouldn't maybe take a second look at this?" I'm not meaning to hurt your feelings or ego. I just don't live in your neurotypical world where that kind of stuff matters. I'm just trying to be efficient and awesome. So the way my brain works, I am about as close to a human LLM like ChatGPT that you will ever get. That's why I call myself halfbot. And moving forward, I shall call you folks normies. And if you're offended by normies, then I get to be offended by the term genius bar at the Apple Store. So yes, it's true. You don't need $50 million of Deloitte research and PDF slides and summits because I'm literally telling you the problem is that you cannot handle being told by me that you are wrong. That's it. And what's so wrong with being wrong? Being wrong is awesome. I don't take being wrong or making a mistake as a personal failure on me or my character, and neither should you or anybody else. Because the truth is, none of this matters to me at all. It doesn't matter what you see or don't see. I see the mistakes you make, no matter what you perceive or don't perceive. Don't you get it? All of this masking and glitter party, it's all just for you. It's not for me at all. It doesn't change anything for me. It doesn't change the way I feel about anything. It only wastes my energy. It's only just for you and your ego and your comfort. And do you know how exhausting it is to not only have to mask physically, but constantly come up with new ways to deliver the news that you've made an error? Not to mention have to gas you up whenever you do something well or correct me just to give myself some future cushioning? I've tried all the tech women's backpacks. They aren't for women in tech. They're for women, and oh, they happen to have a laptop slot. Corporate inclusion is the same. You've built a standard box and cut a slot for me. but you didn't change the architecture. You'd rather spend $1 million on a workshop where everyone feels seen than spend 5 minutes being told you're wrong by someone who's right. My type is the closest you're going to get to a human LLM. I don't have an ego about being right. I have a drive for data accuracy. If you can't handle a 5-minute debug without an emotional breakdown, you don't want inclusion, you want an audience. And I'm done faking it for the clones. If you want 169 IQ output, you have to support the 182 RAADS hardware. End of training. They used to call me robotic and nerdy as if it were a bug, but then LLMs came along and suddenly everyone is learning to speak my native tongue. Until next time, stay curious and don't be afraid of the uncomfortable truth.